Great. That boy bumping at them gospels. What's going on, everybody? Here we got the Browns press conference. Shedeur's first start, so we got to react to it. Just kind of seeing what's going on, seeing if he's going to be able to start, get some more opportunities, seeing what's going on with Dillon Gabriel. You know, it was a rough game. They blitzed the hell out of him, so we just got to see what's going on as far as the press conference and how the coach, how the players kind of react to it. So let's get into it.
All right, injury front. Cam Robinson has a right knee injury. We'll MRI that. Dillon's in a concussion protocol.
Okay, so it was a concussion. I knew it when I seen it.
Dom Jones has a left knee injury.
Like hit his
Jack
head in
Conklin
the
has
back,
a right knee injury.
like
Obviously, with all those, we'll get more information tomorrow. You know, man, the guys are fighting till the end, but we got to find a way to close that one out. And it's disappointing, frustrating with where we were there at the end of the game. But I appreciate how this group's fighting. I appreciate how they're fighting through some tough, the injuries at tackle and those type of things. But, man, some good stuff on that football field, but we got to close those games out and have a win with those performances. But we'll get back to work like we always do. With that, I'll take any questions.
Kevin, what prompted Dillon's concussion check?
He got checked at halftime. I don't know all the details exactly.
And just how would you assess how Shedeur came in there and played?
Yeah, obviously all players, we'll look at it, but he's going to battle like he does. So I'm sure there's things that we can clean up, but those are things we'll look at tomorrow.
So you don't know if Dillon was concussed on that one designed run?
I don't know.
The Ravens show that tush-push play at all before?
Yeah, they've done QB sneaks with the tight ends, yes.
If Dillon clears concussion protocol, he'll be back as your starter.
Yes, but he's got, that's obviously a lot into that protocol. A lot goes into that, so we'll see.
How did you think Shedeur handled everything that comes with first NFL start, taking over versus a Ravens team?
Yeah, listen, we trust all of our guys. We trust our guys to perform. He's no different.
Right.
And playing a backup quarterback role, as we've talked about over the years, that's tough to come in there. But we trust him. I know there's things that he's going to want to do better, but that's why we work.
You talk so much about, or we asked you a lot about Shedeur not getting any reps with the starting units. So that was like really his first legitimate snaps and reps with the starting offense, correct?
Yes.
Do you think that there was any maybe kind of rust or?
Yeah, I understand the question. I would tell you we do so much work with the quarterback position and the entire team, not just those reps on a practice field. And those are, as we all know, those are tough reps for when you have a young starter as well.
So when they had Flacco, basically they let Dillon Gabriel get starting reps. But then for Shedeur, as the backup, he does not get any starting reps. I understand it. Gabriel's a rookie. You want him to get as much as possible going as your starter. But I just feel like Shedeur should have got something with the ones just to kind of get a familiar, because he is next man up. So I think that's always important, even if it's like 4 or 5 reps. But
there's so much that we do to supplement that type of thing.
It also seemed like, especially when Shedeur got there, I think the entire game they showed a lot of cover zero and dropped out, and it seemed like Shedeur kind of struggled with that, and Dillon as well. Do you think that as a staff, you guys
they
could have done
blitzed him.
anything better?
I always think we can do better, always.
Was the whole playbook available to Shedeur in the second half? Did you
Yes.
have to?
Yes.
Can you talk about the defensive effort and just the performance of Myles Garrett today?
And those were Shedeur's plays,
There were
like
some
same thing he
outstanding
played
moments,
in
out there
preseason.
from our
So
defense. Obviously, Myles got to the quarterback a bunch of times. I thought he and the defensive line provided pressure throughout the game. Obviously, there's plays that we want back, but I thought to stand up and hold them to field goals in the red zone was a big deal in that football game.
On the pass to Larvin in the end zone, you think he should have caught it? Was that a great defensive play?
Yeah, that's, I trust our guys.
Does it mean anything that you guys played better than the game in Baltimore? Can you take anything away from that?
No, yeah, we're out here to get a win.
Kevin, knowing that you guys might have had to throw Shedeur into a situation like this at some point once he became QB2, why wouldn't he get any first team reps with the starters in practice?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, I see how she asks that question though. Like, it's like one of those things. It's like you look at it and like from a coaching standpoint, like somebody could get fired for that, but it's Kevin Stefanski in the Browns, so it's kind of like, would they really, like, my personal opinion, I think Stefanski is a really good coach, and I understand why Shedeur sits, and they drafted him in the 5th round, so it's kind of like, let him sit, develop, and just kind of wait for his turn, but it is one of those things that with him as your backup, you don't have a veteran, just how is that going to go? It's his first reps. He's a rookie. Like, yeah, the man played really good ball in college, but he's a rookie.
And the question, Mary Kay, I would tell you, you're always trying to get your starter ready to play, and certainly when your starter's a rookie, those are very valuable reps.
See?
When your starter backup is a rookie also, you do everything in your power to get that.
I don't pre-watch my videos, just so y'all know.
Our quarterbacks as many reps as possible. Post-practice, after practice, extra meeting time. So that's just part of how it goes. But the bottom line is we trust both of our players. We trust all of our players.
Right, as you should.
Because of the work that they put in.
Do you feel like Shedeur managed the pressure that the Ravens threw at him?
Yeah, we didn't do a good enough job, period, as
No.
a team and certainly as an offense in there. So we'll make sure that we get back to work.
Is it fair to say that you think Shedeur would have a much better chance of being successful if you guys game plan for him and play to his strengths and he's got those reps? And
yeah, I think that's true probably of every backup, Mary Kay. And I think that was a part of earlier in the season with Joe as your starter and Dillon as your backup. There's things that you're going to lean into with a different player, so that's no different for all of your players. You want to make sure that your players, particularly that position, have plays that they're comfortable with. So to Zach's question, of course the playbook's open, but there's stuff that you're going to make sure you call that there's a comfort level for your quarterback.
Yeah, they didn't call every Dillon play for Shedeur for sure. Judkins was terrible in that second half too.
Collecting information, it's tough when replay is really what hurt us there is the call on the field. Once the call on the field was what they called, it's really hard to overturn. Obviously, replay assist got involved, didn't overturn it, so there's risk to doing that. I just felt like maybe, I thought the visual evidence was pretty overwhelming. They felt differently.
And when you look back at that specific play, right, when you look back at that basically challenge going as far as for that return, if it was at the 1 or if it wasn't, like, or if it was a touchback, I really do think that if he never challenges that, they have 3 timeouts, and that gives the rookie quarterback, even if you don't make that 3rd and 5, you get another chance. So I really think that hurt him at the end of the day.
How about the way your special teams played today, Kevin, after a tough week?
Yeah, I thought there were some really good moments. Again, that we can be better. There's a couple coverage reps that I know we can be better, but like I told you this week, that we have a prideful group that wants to be better for this football team.
Maybe this goes without saying, but is it safe to say that Shedeur will start if Dillon does not pass the protocol?
Yes.
Are you comfortable without making
Yeah, he's the
adding a
backup.
quarterback then?
We'll work through that this week.
Were there any conversations on the last play there about them not calling on all sides?
Yeah, I thought they did, but didn't call it.
So, assuming that, obviously the concussion protocol takes on different forms for every player, but with Dillon being a rookie quarterback, would you need him to log some practices?
Yeah, I understand the question. I need to get to Monday.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. A lot of the times, usually quarterbacks miss a week if they went into concussion protocol. In this situation, I can see the Browns rushing Dillon back. Is that good for Dillon? No. The man was playing well as far as, like, managing the game. So I would just say that, like, you would want your guy at 100%, not to get hurt again or, to have a more serious concussion. So definitely would like to see Shedeur start another time and, just see how the season ends up. Maybe they can do some stuff on offense and sparks, but maybe most likely they kind of limit the playbook and play it safe.
In the first half, it looked like Dillon was hit late out of bounds, and you were pretty mad. Did you get any explanation on that?
I did. It doesn't matter. Sorry, it doesn't matter.
Kevin, is playing on time the greatest challenge for Shedeur?
No, I think, listen, all of us are constantly improving. He will improve like he has. He'll improve every single day. He'll put the work in like he's doing. There's plays I know that he wants back, but he'll keep working. We have a ton of faith in our players, and that includes our starters, our backups, our young guys, our vets. We trust our guys.
You were talking about on Friday the progress that you've seen Shedeur make. How has that manifested itself? Like, what kinds of things have you seen in practice that are really good?
Yeah, I think I mean, Shedeur specifically, but it's hard for me because our young players work so hard. Mary Kay, they've done such a nice job. So it's hard to single our guys out because as a rookie class, they've taken the development piece of this game so seriously. So it's fun for me as a coach and for our guys to work with our players and get them better every single day. So Shedeur's made unbelievable strides in the meeting room, on the practice field. I know he wants to be better, and he will be better, but that's just going to come from hard work.
On that Andrews run for the touchdown there at the end, is it just so hard not to oversell in the middle and make that call?
You see that around in different short yardage situations. Philly has the sweep off of it, so you know that there's plays that they have off of those looks. Obviously, well designed by them.
Give them credit.
Okay, thank you guys.
Cool. And so, as y'all see, Coach Stefanski was pretty straight up. In my honest opinion, he did a pretty good job in explaining to everybody what happened. A lot of the times you're not going to get a bunch of stuff here, like you said, you'll see on Monday. So they'll go back, watch the film, and kind of go from there. But in my opinion, I think it was coached well. I just think that the blitzes and stuff were too much at that time. The Ravens took advantage of it. I think they really did. And going forward, I think there's going to be some adjustments. They got to figure out that pass protection with the backs and stuff. The tight ends weren't really great at it, but with time, I think they'll be able to figure it out. Up here, so they're getting him ready.
How's everybody doing?
Always got to smile, you know what I mean?
First and foremost, I want to thank God for giving me the opportunity to get out there. That's all you could ask for, honestly. A chance to get out there, get your feet wet, to experience how it feels, to even be out there with the team, with the first group, with everybody. So I truly was excited.
When did you know you're going into the game?
Right at halftime, so right before you see me, right when you see me.
What was going through your mind at that moment when you found out that you were gonna be out there?
And he's excited too. You could tell it's a pretty
step up.
It's a good blessing as far as like for him to be able to be there and be ready.
I don't think I played good. I don't think I played good at all. I think it's a lot of things we need to look at during the week and go and just get comfortable even throwing routes with Jerry and throwing routes with all those guys. So I think that was my first ball to him all year. But other than that, I just think overall we just gotta go next week and understand, so then we have a week to prepare.
And Gabriel ain't getting out tomorrow, so regardless, he's gonna get reps with the ones. And I think once they start to see that, I think the ones, the starting offense, is probably gonna go with Shedeur just because how he throws that ball, man. It's really beautiful when you give him a clean pocket.
Stuff I like to do.
Shedeur, do you think that if you play next week, if Dillon doesn't clear protocol, do you feel like if the game plan is designed for you and you get those first team reps, those starting reps in practice, that this is just going to be a whole different ball game for you when you get out there?
No, the most I can ask for is opportunity. See, like that's an
you got to be humble.
Thing that I'm not able to control, and that's not nothing I should speak on. Just being the quarterback of this team and this franchise. They gave me an opportunity. I ain't do up to my expectation and enough to get us a win. So I just got to take that one to the chin.
You mentioned that you hadn't really thrown to Jerry and these guys at the starting unit. And Kevin alluded to that as well. How much of there was maybe like a rust factor or acclimation period with those pass catchers in that second half?
I think you've seen it was just rough overall. It was a rough day overall.
I mean, when they cover zero, bro, it's nowhere to go. And then when you got
thing that I was
those,
excited about is just being able to get out there.
you gotta be able to scheme it, bro.
It's the first time I got hit. Like,
Jerry Judy's the only
since
one.
My last game at Colorado, so just having that feeling back, was good.
Yeah.
And I feel fulfilled overall.
And you got Fanning and Njoku, but
being out there practicing, going in between the lines, seeing actually what it's like, and I know I'm made for it. I don't think it was a doubt in my mind that final drive was going to go down there, score. Things happened, we didn't, but I was just excited because I knew what I was going to be able to do out there.
And he hit all the balls on the money. I mean, leading up to that, there was a Fanning drop. I believe it was that deep throw that, again, it was a 50-50 ball. But as a receiver, you got to have body control, and good job with the DB on that one. And then, obviously, the last play, good play on the defense. And Shedeur put it where it needed to be. If he had a little bit more zip, maybe he gets it. Who knows? But you don't go by hypotheticals. You go by off of what happened.
For the team, for the linemen, and even getting snaps from Poe, like that was amazing. Going out there in a live game, being able to do that with him,
right?
And the way the guys, the way the O-line, running back, receivers, defense, like all right around. That's all you guys for a quarterback.
On that last drive, you made it.
I think every throw, is going to be complete until it's not. I know Gage is a dog. I have the most reps for Gage out of everybody out there. So we out there in the Hungry Dogs going at it every day. So
and that's why he threw to him.
Just seemed like a really good play by the defender there. It was a nice throw by you. And I mean, is that how you saw it? Just a bang?
No, I don't think too much in it. I don't think too much in that. I just take what come with it. Okay, cool. Next play.
What do you think Kevin's talked a lot about those extra periods. You mentioned the Hungry Dog periods. Just as opportunities to get extra reps and everything. How much did you feel like those extra reps have at least helped prepare you for when you were out there finally, if at all?
Yeah, it helped me understand the concepts live, but it's different when it's different body types going out there, different way how people get out of routes. Like what I seen on the pick initially was I see his hips turn, so I'm like, okay, we're gonna be able to get out there. But at the same time, playing quarterback is extremely hard. So it's like I like knowing every detail about my receivers. I like knowing the small things, what they're good at, what they're not good at. It's like so many details that helps me play confident with those guys. And I know, we at the bottom right now.
And that's any quarterback, not just him. But
it'll never be like this. But I'm dedicated to being able to get those opportunities with those guys to have a relationship. I got a relationship with all the Hungry Dogs though.
Right, because
we let clockwork out there, but you just gotta see. You just gotta see everything a little bit more. Like them come out, roust them, do all different type of stuff. So
besides that, not having the familiarity with the first team guys, what was the most difficult part of it? The Ravens' coverage, the pressure they brought, the speed of it. What did you find anything difficult?
I'm gonna give them their props. They was a good football team, but
yeah. And that Ravens defense is, they lighten it up. They trying to make the playoffs, so.
For sure.
Sorry, you came into a very intense game against a division rival, a close game, and you said you didn't feel like you played well. But what did you think went right, and what went right for you to build upon for your next start?
Got to check the tape.
Losing isn't something I'm comfortable with at all. So everything I just gotta take this one, you know.
Yeah.
I gotta take this one. I gotta decompress. I gotta understand, like, you know, this really happened, you know, on my watch. So
accountability,
I don't like the feeling, and I know offensively, if I'm able to get out there and have an opportunity, I know that I'll be able to take everything to a different level. Like I said, I'm still have the same confidence. I'm still me. I'll never go anywhere, you know. Just going out there, seeing daylight, that's all I needed, you know, to see how they move out there. You playing against a great defense. You got guys from the Pro Bowl out there, so it's like, it's exciting to see, okay, this what it's like. All right. This what it's like. I'm excited for it. So, you know,
right.
I just gotta take this one, you know, and build on it.
What was that communication? What was that communication like?
Well, nobody else was able to get something in the back.
Did you notice the reaction from the fans when you came into the game? Were you able to soak that in?
Yeah, I'm extremely thankful. Well, first let me say this. When Dillon out there playing and all that, I appreciate the fans. I appreciate everybody, but it don't really. I'm a good person overall, so I don't really like him not feeling comfortable, confident, you know, when he get out there. So, you know, it puts everything in a tough spot, you know, and it's not helping the team.
It's a team thing,
so
and
that could be taken as, okay, I'm being a distraction, even though I ain't doing nothing. You know, I'm not doing nothing, but I'm thankful for the supporters, thankful for the fans, thankful for everybody out there.
Right.
You
to
know,
the fans, y'all gotta chill out.
And,
but
yeah,
you know,
there,
it'll happen.
I definitely felt them, and you know, I'm truly thankful for it. And yeah, I'm just thankful that I'm out here. You know, I'm thankful for the opportunity. Thankful for seeing all them 12 jerseys out there, and it was a great feeling for that. But the feeling of losing, that ain't nothing we're gonna get comfortable with.
Nah.
On my watch, for sure.
Y'all see the confident team. It ain't going nowhere. He needs the reps. He needs to be able to get out there. Myles Garrett, would he have 3-4 sacks? Like, I mean, when you got a defensive player playing out of his mind, like, you gotta figure out something on offense, and that's for him and Gabriel. And again, Gabriel, not saying he would have been out there and did any better. It's just kind of how the cookie crumbles. All right, we got Myles Garrett. That boy bumping at them gospels.
How tough is it to have another huge game that winds up being lost?
Just try to think about the things I could have done, you know. I'm not going to put it on anything other than myself. First thing I do is look in the mirror. I got 4. No ops on. No Lamar. Didn't get the ball out. You know, got a hit on Henry. You know, right as soon as he got the handoff, I gotta make bigger plays.
I like that.
That sneak from Andrews that wound up winning the game. You know, I know that you expect him to go up the middle. Is that just you got to sell out on that play, or you just need to be more disciplined as a group there and not let him do that?
They be asking tough questions that don't really make sense because, I mean, it happens, so you really can't go back.
In that moment. I know that.
It's a moment.
You know, we all committed on the sneak, and you know, they well executed play by them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to point the finger at anybody. I don't know whose responsibility that was, but they had a good call for where we're at.
Myles, I'm sure you would probably give back the 4 sacks just the way you would have given back the 5 sacks if you guys could have gotten this victory. Is that right?
I mean, it's a blessing to have an opportunity to have 5, 4, however many it is. So
the coulda, wouldas. I mean, that stuff ain't gonna cut it.
Those guys were rushing their behinds off, and we always talk about 4 rushers equaling 1. And I think we had a great day rushing the passer, and we all want some plays back.
And he would be defensive player of the year if this team wasn't so bad.
See Shedeur kind of making his debut and kind of like a high leverage moment like that. Do you say anything to him maybe during the break, or did you say anything to him after the game?
For sure. I mean, just tell him to keep his head up. I know there was one drive in which he kind of walked off, and I saw him. He was putting his head down. I know he was kind of thinking about
I know he wants to make the play. He wants to, have that game-changing drive because, he feels like he has that ability, and we've seen it. So, don't be discouraged from one drive or two drives. It's a good football team over there. So, just trying to keep him to keep his confidence high.
And they got confidence in him.
Keep on
They
chasing the standard
understand.
which he set, and we're going to continue to support him. He spoke after the game, and he wanted to pin it on himself and his performance, but we're not going to allow him to do that. It's a team game. So
you see that,
we're all in this together.
He addressed the entire
It ain't
team
on him.
Yeah.
Miles, you said you wonder what more you could have done, but is there anything specific? I mean, you basically dominated, especially that first half.
Get the ball out.
Yeah, you got to make turnovers.
Definitely
At the end
change
of
the
the day,
game.
they had some, but
I know they're doing the best to protect that. I got to be even more violent trying to take it away.
and if you really pay attention, Lamar didn't have the best game either.
I feel like there were some opportunities in which we lost contain, and we could have had even more sacks, whether from me or from other guys, and that's just discipline on our part and things we can learn from. And they're a good team.
Myles, you mentioned you got a hit on Henry. Was that on the long run, or is it a different play you're talking about?
Oh, there's TFL in the red zone. Yeah.
Myles, we've heard, we haven't seen this ourselves, but we've heard a lot about the progress that Shedeur has been making, like when he runs the scout team against you guys. Have you seen some really nice progress in him over these past couple months that we've been not there? And if so, do you feel pretty confident about
That's a
going
weird
forward? He gets
question.
in there with the game plan, designed for him and everything?
It's not my position or my role to
Yeah.
evaluate how he's doing. No, he's there to run an offense that's not ours. So I'm not going to say whether he's doing good or bad. He's doing what he's supposed to, and he doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't complain. He doesn't bitch and moan about it. He just goes out there and does his job, and then he goes out and gets extra work.
Myles, seeing Devin get that pick six, and then also Carson have that interception. We talk about the importance of those takeaways. How have you just kind of continued to see those build, and then those two plays having an importance in this game?
I mean, first and foremost, those guys are playing at an outstanding level right now. Carson, especially as a rookie, he's the guy for Defensive Rookie of the Year. I don't think there's anyone ahead of him currently, and
Carter ain't really doing much. So
Surgeon, feeling more comfortable in this game and playing with his hair on fire. So those guys are taking the ball away. That kind of eluded D. Bush at the beginning of the season, and now he's really starting to put it all together. And they're really playing off each other. So I could be proud of how they're playing in the secondary in general. I think the defense looks good. There will always be some plays in which we can be a little bit sharper, we can execute better. But that was a solid performance. But the standards got to be even higher.
You
Yeah.
guys did so well against Henry in that first matchup. Did they do things differently schematically? I mean, you had obviously a better day with that one home run.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to give up any explosives. And
I mean, it's a good team. Those are
was a
top tier
majority
players.
that he
Like,
did. But
you're not gonna get them every game.
guy's a Hall of Famer. He's gonna get one, and you try to just limit the damage. And they stuck with the run. Giving him the ride, getting downhill, and just getting movement. Trying to keep him from shuffling or stopping his feet. And they were able to create a nice gap with the wham trap play. And so kudos to them. That was well executed.
Thanks, Myles.
Yep.
All right, y'all. So we seen the interviews, just kind of looking at them, and I would say for the most part, like, Shedeur got his opportunity. We'll see what he does next week. And yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see the game. I tuned in today. I had a feeling it was gonna happen. So, you know what I mean. Just looking at it that way. Colorado natives definitely love us some Shedeur. So just hoping that he has a great game next week, or at least, a better performance this week, and it's some growth. And, like he said, all he asked for is that opportunity. He got the opportunity. He's got to do the best with what he gets. So I would expect some blisses next week, but again, I think they'll have an answer for everything, and we'll kind of see what happens. So with that being said, hit that like button, subscribe, share if you have not already, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.